When humans take charge, even the stars hold their breath. Section 1. The Setup. In the outer reaches of the Andromeda Rim, the Galactic Union thrived. Composed of 1,000 species, it had achieved peace, mutual respect, and progress across vast interstellar boundaries. Yet, amid the order and scientific precision, the arrival of humans from Earth had thrown this finely tuned alliance into a state of fascination and cautious watchfulness. Humanity had quickly garnered a reputation as resourceful, resilient, and a bit unorthodox. Now, with mysterious and erratic gravitational disturbances disrupting trade routes, the Union had turned reluctantly to humanity for solutions. Commander Mira Collins, a decorated strategist and known for her inventive problem-solving, led the human delegation. Her assignment was to investigate these strange anomalies with Ambassador Drix, a meticulous and process-driven Untherian diplomat. Ambassador Drix, representing the high standards of his people, had reluctantly agreed to assist Mira but harbored deep skepticism. Mira's irreverent humor, bold approach, and refusal to take the Union's protocols as gospel both intrigued and irritated Drix. On their journey to the Andromeda Rim, Mira briefed her team and Drix aboard the Odyssey, a ship that stood as a testament to human ingenuity and adaptability. Unlike the sleek and uniform vessels of the Union, the Odyssey was a patchwork of technology, each component customized and optimized for maximum versatility. The ship's modifications allowed for an unusual level of flexibility, a characteristic Mira deemed essential for what she called messy situations. As they arrived near the sector plagued by anomalies, Mira studied the initial reports. The gravitational disturbances had left ships stranded, transport routes skewed, and Union resources stretched thin. No one understood the cause, and no technology in the Union's repertoire had been able to safely probe these anomalies. To Drix's dismay, Mira's approach was refreshingly, or perhaps alarmingly, direct. "We'll start by mapping the anomaly zones and poking around to see what they're made of," she announced with a nonchalant shrug. Drix's meticulous mind recoiled at her casual phrasing. "Commander, these are high-stakes disturbances affecting vital trade routes. Prodding them blindly is an opportunity," Mira interrupted. "If we sit back and wait for perfect data, we could be here for cycles. Besides, the more we know now, the better chance we have of controlling the damage." The first investigation confirmed that the anomalies were as volatile as they were unpredictable. Mira's team launched drones equipped with specially shielded sensors, probing the edges of the anomaly fields. The data they received was cryptic, filled with irregular patterns and energies that defied conventional understanding. Yet, the longer they observed, the more Mira began to suspect that these disturbances were not naturally occurring. Drix, watching the data streams with a perplexed frown, noted a rhythmic pattern within the chaos. "These energy surges," he said, tapping his data pad, "they almost seem deliberate." Mira gave a thoughtful nod. "Maybe they are. And maybe we're dealing with an old tech signature. Something ancient, automated, and dangerous." With the stakes raised, they realized this mystery went far beyond simple gravitational disturbances. It could be a relic of an ancient civilization, one that didn't want to be disturbed. Section 2. Escalation and Creativity. The Odyssey pushed deeper into the anomaly fields, where the disturbances grew increasingly erratic. Mira and her team noticed gravitational pulses emanating from several points in the region. This reinforced her suspicion. These anomalies were not random but seemed to follow an underlying purpose. And if they were dealing with some sort of ancient technology, they had no way of knowing what other defenses or mechanisms lay dormant. Each passing hour added new complications. Ships passing through were suddenly yanked off course, and strange energy fields appeared, emitting pulses that scrambled communications. Mira's attempts to triangulate the pulses led them to a colossal ancient structure floating in the middle of one of the most unstable zones. It appeared to be a beacon of some kind, with inscriptions in an unknown language etched across its surface. Drix, fascinated but wary, studied the beacon from the safety of the Odyssey's bridge. "Commander, tampering with this could lead to catastrophic results. We have no idea what it's capable of. Myra's reply was confident, bordering on reckless. Well, Drix, we're about to find out. If this beacon is at the heart of the anomalies, we need to understand its function. And quickly. Mira directed a specialized engineering team to begin cautious examinations of the beacon, ensuring they didn't disturb any mechanisms that might trigger further defenses. But as they worked, Mira couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. Then, without warning, the beacon emitted a high-frequency pulse that hit their systems hard, causing massive disruptions. Drix gripped the console tightly as the Odyssey shuddered under the beacon's strange influence. Commander, these disturbances, this beacon might be transmitting a warning signal, calling for reinforcements from whoever built it. Unfazed, Mira instructed her engineers to modify the Odyssey's shields to dampen the beacon's frequency, effectively creating a bubble of stability within the storm. It was an experimental solution, risky and untested, but it bought them precious time to decode the beacon's programming. Meanwhile, Myra's unconventional methods began to attract attention from other species ships monitoring the situation. For the first time, they saw humans fearlessly tackling problems that had seemed unsolvable. Section 3, The Climax. Just when it seemed they might make progress, the beacon's defenses intensified, releasing waves that caused space itself to distort, creating strange, mirrored realities and gravitational vortices. For a terrifying moment, it seemed the Odyssey was trapped between realities, with crew members glimpsing fragments of bizarre, alternate timelines. In one mirrored reality, Mira saw herself in a desperate standoff with Union soldiers, suggesting that humanity's future might depend on what they did here. But Mira, using her resourcefulness, began guiding the team through the warped environment, relying on her sharp instincts and her team's unwavering trust. As Myra's crew worked tirelessly to stabilize the beacon, the Union contacted Drix, warning him that the situation was too volatile and ordering him to retreat. Drix found himself torn between the Union's orders and his loyalty to Mira. The data they had uncovered could be key to understanding ancient forces that shaped the galaxy, but at what cost? Mira rallied her team for one final attempt to neutralize the beacon's power. Her engineers developed a device they called the disruptor, which could emit a reverse frequency to cancel out the beacon's pulses. They had one chance to activate it correctly. If it failed, the entire sector could collapse under the beacon's residual energy. As the disruptor powered up, Mira braced herself for the unknown, knowing that the Union would never condone this level of risk. In a final, climactic effort, Mira activated the disruptor, creating a feedback loop that would force the beacon into a dormant state. The beacon fought back, sending waves of energy that threatened to overload their shields, but Mira and her crew held firm. The feedback loop intensified, culminating in a massive release of energy that dissipated in a blinding flash. When the light cleared, the beacon stood silent, its power neutralized. Section 4, Resolution and Reflection. In the aftermath of the successful neutralization, the Odyssey floated silently in the Nowcom sector. Mira, exhausted but triumphant, glanced at Drix, who had remained by her side through the harrowing ordeal. Drix, his calm demeanor shattered, stared back, his admiration for Mira mixed with an undeniable fear of what humanity was capable of. The Union sent a fleet to secure the area and analyze the beacon, and Mira received word that the Union had acknowledged humanity's success, albeit with heavy caution. To preserve the mystery of the beacon, the Union classified it as a high-security anomaly, placing it under constant surveillance to prevent any future mishaps. Mira, meanwhile, saw this as a testament to her team's strength and their ability to overcome even the most profound unknowns. In the days that followed, Mira and her crew were commended for their bravery, though the Union's bureaucrats had reservations about humanity's boldness. Mira brushed it off, confident that her actions had shown the galaxy that Earth was a force to be reckoned with. For Drix, the mission had been a revelation. Myra's willingness to defy the odds and her team's unshakable resolve had left a lasting impression, one he would carry back to the Union. On the last night before they parted ways, Drix found Mira on the Odyssey's bridge, looking out at the stars. They shared a quiet moment, the weight of their adventure lingering in the silence. "Commander," Drix said finally, "you humans are unique. I see now why the galaxy is both fascinated and unsettled by you." Mira chuckled. "Well, Drix, we're just getting started. Next time, you'll know exactly who to call when things go sideways." As the Odyssey prepared to depart, Myra's team celebrated, their laughter and camaraderie echoing through the ship. In that moment, they were more than a crew, they were pioneers, guardians of their corner of the galaxy, and proof that sometimes, even the stars had to hold their breath when humans decided to take charge. The Union watched, knowing that humanity's potential was both its greatest asset and its most unpredictable threat, as the galaxy braced itself for whatever humans might take on next.